Hello, welcome back to Mondays with Mike. I'm glad to be back here today. I have something to share with you today. And before I get started, I just wanted to thank everybody for all the uh, great feedback and comments I've been getting. Thank you for continuing to watch and continuing to encourage me to share what's on my heart. So I'm excited about what I'm going to share today. You might notice that I am dressed in my my baseball clothes today. Today was supposed to be opening day for my kids' Little League season. So today's a little bit bittersweet. I was excited because this was going to be a year that I got to coach two of my kids. Um, so I guess the season's not completely over, but we continue to move forward and hope for the best as things go. But I'll get back to baseball in a minute. There's something else I want to share, but before I get into that, I just wanted to share a story of something that happened this week. Hopefully, it resonates with some of you. So, if you haven't noticed, I guess maybe if you're hiding under a rock, you wouldn't have noticed. But there's a lot of news out there. There's a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of reporting of everything that's going on. Specifically related to this coronavirus. But all the time, there's always seems to be breaking news, and uh, I like to think that I'm pretty well informed, and I make it my goal very often to be informed and know what's going on. But there is such a thing as too much information, and in the midst of everything that's been going on, I found myself, even though I was trying to minimize the amount of time and focus I was going to everything that was going on, I still found myself looking at the news, looking at the local news. I could probably have quoted you with everything going on the coronavirus, the number of fatalities in my county for the last week, or the number of new occurrences in the three counties surrounding us. I can justify that and say, well, I just wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to know if things were getting better. I wanted to be aware so I could pray about it. But one of the things that ended up happening this week is even though I wasn't watching it a ton or paying it to a ton, I really felt a building fear and anxiety that was coming inside of me, and it got a grip on me, and it really bothered me, and it started actually impacting my physical feelings. I started to not feel the best. Not that I was sick or anything, but just the anxiety was building in me to a point where I felt like something wasn't right. So I made a decision. I made a decision probably halfway through last week that I'm just going to shut everything off. I'm going to not go on any online news sites. I'm not going to turn on the news at night. I'm just going to focus on the job that's in front of me. And wow, what a difference a couple of days made. Just changing what I was looking at. I started immediately feeling better. A lot of the thoughts that were going on in my mind, they went away. I think sometimes we think we need to know everything, but there's some things that you don't necessarily need to know. I mean, yeah, if I'm a first responder, or if I'm in the medical field, I need to know what's going on, because it's impacts my work and what I'm doing. But a lot of us, we don't need to know all the details, and in fact, it's not good for us. Uh, so I wanted to bring this out because for me, I was not focusing on the right things, and it was impacting me, and it bothered me, and I really thought, with everything going on, I wanted to encourage you to really focus on what's in front of you. And going back to my baseball example, again, it's baseball season. I like to coach, and I coach kids a lot, and one of the things that I really bothers me about kids sometimes is when they don't trust me as a coach. I tell them to trust me. If I'm a first base coach, keep your eyes on me. Run through first when you hit it. But it doesn't matter how many times I tell some kids, they hit the ball and they're looking where the ball goes, and they're slowing down and they're looking at it, and then they realize, oh my goodness, I need to run to first, and by the time they run, it's too late. It happens at second base. The second base, if you're looking at the third base coach, they're telling you, hey, come around, come around. It's time to go home. Instead, you're looking at where the ball is in the outfield, not trusting. You slow down enough. By the time you decide to go, it's too late. You're out. And so I was thinking about that in the context of what I was focusing on, and when I was focusing on things that weren't great around me, it was causing me to not hit my mark. It was causing me to not get to where I want to be. And so it's really easy for us to do that. It's really for us to be focused on everything that's going on around us and forget that we have a place that we need to go. We're here for a specific purpose. So we need to focus on doing that well. And yeah, we need to pray for everything that's going on around us. We need to be aware. We don't want to hide under a rock, but at the same time, we don't want to fill our hearts and our minds so much with those things that they impact us and overwhelm us. Matthew 6:22 says, "The eye is the lamp of the body. So if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light." So I want this body to be full of light. I want this body to be healthy, and I want what comes into my eyes to be good, so that it helps and it nourishes my bodies. Because what comes into your eyes is just as important, and probably more important than what goes into the food that you actually eat. I'm not alone in this. I know that many of you are probably going through this, and many of you are looking for good news. I read an article just yesterday, I think. It said that Google searches for good news are at record highs. There are more searches for good news than there have ever been on Google. In fact, even with everything going on in the last couple of weeks, the searches for good news have gone up 4 times. So people are craving good news. So I wanted to issue a challenge. I'm issuing it to myself, and I'll issue it to everyone here. So for the next 3 days, turn off the news. If you're really bold, and I'll join you with this, let's go a whole week, and let's not watch the news. Let's see what kind of impact it has. Let's focus on good news. Let's focus on things that are going on around. Let's focus on where we're going. And I know that we're going to see a big difference. So that's my challenge to you. I'm throwing it out there. I'm gonna take it myself. And let's really focus on where we're going, because we are all here for a purpose. We all have good things that we can do. We can't get derailed and distracted by what's going on, because it will sabotage our destiny, and it will impact us all. And I care about you, and I know that you care about yourself, and you care about me and everyone else. So we need to really set the example and lead the charge. Because that's why we're here. So I just wanted to put that out there. I wanted to say, have a great week. This could be the best week of your life. So live it, enjoy it, and I will look forward to getting back with you next week. Thanks. Bye.